right, that should be on. Hello, everybody. Apologies for the notification spam. It's just that things have been hard. All right, sorry about that. I've had some challenges with YouTube today. It is not on my friends list right now, but we're working. It's working. Everything is going to be well. We're going to have a good stream. So let's just do a quick recap of what's happening today. So I'm going to be doing a Q&A session so if you've got any questions about this game, feel free to drop them and let me know. In fact, let me just drop my link to this in this area real quick. 1 second. There we go. Just make sure that works. Yeah, there we go. Okay. So I'm going to be around for a little while fishing, a little bit of grinding, but mostly just fishing for stuff. And having some fun, playing the game that I love. This is probably top 5 game for me, just in my taste. Maybe top 10. Top 5, though, as far as time goes. Because I play this game all the time, too, as I'm listening to an audiobook or watching movies. And I just play this in the background so much. And it's immersive. It's a really good game. Real brief glazing of this game. There are very few really good fishing games. Oh, look at that. There's a level 2 player right here. That's awesome. I love seeing new players, even though this game is not in active development for like a year and a half. Very few games get to pull off a fishing game that doesn't feel like every cast you're going to catch what you're looking for. And on top of it, it is open world. Open world to the point where, well, actually, let me get rid of my markers just to free up this map a little bit better. So every piece of water that you see on this map is completely fishable. Like there's a fish there for you to catch. The sections are zoned for certain species. On this particular map, there's 26 species to catch. So I could not fish right here and expect to catch one out of those 25, or I'm sorry, all 25 species in that spot. Just not going to happen. So you do need to experiment and play around with the areas, the bodies of waters, the depths, the time of day, that kind of stuff. So it feels great from what I think. What I think fishing is meant to bring out of people is the trial and error, the experimentation, the discovery, and the satisfaction when things work out. In addition to socializing and just kind of taking it easy. And this game pulls it off, so I just love it for that. Let me pull this back up here. Actually, I want to know... Well, I don't need to know what that is. Actually, I just want to know where my boat and car is. There we go. So that's the general idea of what it is. It doesn't really tap that simulator. It's like still very much an arcadey type of game, but not super arcadey fishing at all. And I'll have some settings I'll go through in a little bit to help make it feel more immersive than its default settings. But we'll have some fun there. So that's the gist of what this is. I'm going to go over... I've got some notes here. I've got 3 big tips for anybody who is starting new with this game or revisiting it after a while. 3 tips that I tell anybody that's learning the game or playing the game new. These are 3 pieces of advice I always advocate for. The first one is going to be, don't spend your money right away. You're going to come into the map and you're going to be thinking, gosh, I'm really underleveled. I don't want to be level 2. You want to keep that feeling in check. Because if there's I don't even think it's a downside, but if there's a downside of this game, you can get OP so fast, especially for this first map. Maybe not so much for the other DLCs, but for this first map, it doesn't take long for you to be strong for most fish. So what am I talking about? Well, if I open up the handbook here, on this account you'll see I'm missing 2 diamonds. Everything else I've caught has been a diamond. So what you're noticing here is a wide variety of species on this map first. Okay. Secondly, there's different, like you can see, look at the best weights. Most of these, with maybe 4 or 5 being the exception, most of these are 15 pounds or less. Diamonds, right? I mean, this is like the pike, the muskie, the drum, the catfish, and the lake trout are the biggest ones in the game. I'm sorry, not in the game, but for this map. Maybe the burbot, 18 pounds. Everything else, 4 pounds, 15 pounds, 20 pounds, 12 pounds. That's probably going to be about 10 to 11 pounds. I don't know what that's going to be either. 5 pounds, 6 pounds, 10 pounds for the sturgeon, which is kind of unrealistic, but it is what it is. Um, less than 2 pounds, 9 pounds. So it doesn't take long for you to be able to have the diamond potential. Let's put it that way. Looking at just the weight perspective. So don't rush in thinking you got to grind, and spend all your money. Save your money and get the good stuff. And so what is that good stuff? I'll show you right now. One thing that the game does not tell you at all is what you can get for free, or what the game gives you for free by just finishing the academy. Like, it's so cool. I mean, it's annoying, honestly, but it is helpful. Let me pull this up real quick. Okay. There we go. So the tutorial missions, by default, you're going to get stuck with a couple of them, and then you unlock multiplayer, and away you go. And most people, that's what they do. They go on and away. Like we just saw that level 2 guy right there. But if you stick with it, and you do more than just the 4 beginner challenges, or the academy challenges, if you stick with it and you complete the other ones here, you're gonna get. I'm gonna show you right here it's in the local souvenirs. The local souvenirs has these backpack and tackle box expansions. Okay, now right now they're super expensive because I purchased them all. But they start at 1,000 coins, then 2,500 coins, and then whatever else I don't remember. But something to tell all new players is save your money, don't spend any of it, finish the academy. If you finish the academy, just the academy, not all the challenges. So it's where is it at? It's right here in the tutorial missions. If you finish all of the academy, you get for free the first stage of the backpack and the first stage of the tackle box expansions for free. That's 2,000 coins you don't have to spend, which at the very beginning of the game, that money goes by fast. So you don't have to spend that at all. Now, unfortunately, and this is what the game doesn't tell you, is if you already purchased the first stage of the expansion and then you finish the academy, you don't get anything. So I always tell new players, fully finish the academy, get these 2 things for free, because it's so nice to have. Like this, basically, because you're so low level, it doubles your tackle box size out the gate. So don't spend money on it, save it, right? But you're also going to get other stuff. Like, again, the game doesn't tell you this, but I know it because I've done it. You're going to get. You start off with a greenhorn, even though it says I have 0 of them. I have one in my storage. The game just does that. But you get the maiden for free. I think you get a feeding. You do get a feeder rod for free as well. I believe it's the foundation. Even though it says 00, I have one in storage because it's the one that you haven't purchased one, so that's why it's 00. But you do get one for free. You get a couple reels for free. I know you get this one for free. I forget which other one you get for free. I think it's this Colt, or maybe it's the show. I think it's this one you get for free as well. So the game just doesn't tell you the stuff that you get for free. I have a list here. You get size 10. You get a size 10 spinner, jerkbait, frog, crankbait, and spoon. Size 5 jerkbait, size 7 spinner. Couple of extra hooks, 10, 9, and a 7. You're going to get a little bit of almost all of the baits in the game. So almost all of these you're going to get as well. And you get the cigar float and the iron sinker for free. You get this guy and this one for free. And the game doesn't tell you that. So finish the missions and go to the board. If you go to the challenge board over here, if you're just starting off the game, on the right panel, it'll give you the tutorial missions for bait feeding and bottom fishing. You don't get anything for the bait feeding, the bait one, but if you notice the first tab says receive equipment, just by starting this mission, even if you never finish it, you're going to get your first basic feeding setup, which is the rod, the reel, the the sinker, and then some bait. And I think another hook. So the game just doesn't tell you that, but you can get a lot of good stuff for free here. And because of rod holders being in the game, you can your very first fish you could be throwing out a bottom rod, putting it on the side, and then using a bait cast or a spinning rod for something else. So that's my first big tip for new players is save the money, go through the academy, and get your free stuff. Um, and then from there, you know the world's your oyster. I would say. I again would also recommend sticking with now going into the actual fishing challenges. It's going to give you direction. I did another series. I didn't finish the series, I admit, but I did the majority of the first half of these challenges, and I challenged myself by purchasing nothing to see how far I can get. And by the time I finished the academy, I was level 13. I had a good amount of coins. I had one diamond token. I had, or maybe you get one for free. So I guess I had two diamond tokens. I was level 13, and I didn't do anything but just finish the academy. And by the time I got through, maybe not even halfway of these, I was level 22, which doesn't sound like a lot. Hey, Match, by the way, thanks for the comment. Appreciate you, man. Thanks for that, the kind words. Um, what was it saying? Level 22. I'll show you the significance of level 22. Because again, the game doesn't explain this, but there's a connection to be made to give you some awareness of just how much progression and how fast you can get OP in this game. So let's say you're influx of cash and you want to buy stuff, and you look at the bottom right rod here, and you're like, man, 5,100 coins. How good is that rod? Well, starting rod max line strength is 2 pounds. This one max line strength is 28 pounds. That's really good. The requirement is that you need to be 28. So for me finishing only half of the challenges, being level 22, I'm already almost here. Why does that matter? Well, if you look at the max line strength being 28 pounds, that covers almost every diamond in this map. In fact, let me show you this. So there's 26 species in this map, right? There's 26. 5 of them are 25 pounds and more, which means there's 20 species in here that you can catch diamonds at around 10 pounds and less. I would say maybe 13 for like one edge case, but most of these are really, really small. Like here's a largemouth that's 10 pounds, 6 pounds, 2 pounds, 2 pounds, I should say. There's an 18 pounder, another 2 pounder. The big ones are going to be the pike, the muskie, the drum, and the lake trout. So 20 of these, oh, and the channel cat, I should say, is another one that's 25 pounds. But the majority of these, like the sauger is 10 pounds, the sturgeon, unrealistically, is about 11 pounds. The salmon's 5.5 pounds. So my point is, you can get through the academy, be level, let's say 13, right? Go into the store, purchase a rod. Let's see, where's level 13? Okay, so level 10 is the cutoff here. So it goes from level 10 to level 18. Even still, it does not take a long time to get to level 18. Give me one second, I gotta drink something. You can get to level 18 and you have a rod with a max line strength of 13 pounds. Get a reel. Let's see. 13 pounds is level. I said 28, right? Yeah, 28. Look at that. You're getting to level 28. You can almost buy any reel, any spinning reel. So easily getting to 17 pounds, which is the max drag. That's kind of you want to match your max drag with the line strength. So, for example, you could grab this champion at level 28, max drag of 19 pounds, put it on that rod, which I think I said was, oh, I said 18. I'm sorry. I got my numbers mixed up. Let's back this up a minute. Level 18, 13 pounds. Level 18, 11 pounds. So you could get this at the same point in time, a few levels past finishing the academy. Have a rod and a reel set up for 11 pounds, and that's good enough to catch 20 out of the 26 species on this map as diamond rank. So it does not take a long time to go out and start catching some diamonds at all. Let me switch. I need to switch my control. This one's dying. 1 second. So that's something to keep in mind, is how fast you can get OP in this game. And that's my first tip. Finish the academy, get your free stuff, save your coins, get to level 13, 15 or whatever, and now you've got decent enough setup to go after almost at least half of the diamonds in this map. The second biggest tip out of the three that I give all new players is, and this is an easy one, Apex. Even if you're never going to play with someone online, you still want to get your Apex account set up. This allows you to play online with multiplayer, but again, even if you're not playing with anybody, look at that level 2 guy go by. It's so cool. It's great to still see new players playing this game. So Apex. There's two really good benefits with having an Apex account. One of them is broken at the moment, but it'll be fixed soon. I'm already signed in, but it doesn't say that I'm signed in. But when this is working, it's going to give you daily challenges and weekly challenges. Some of these, there's at least 3 of them in both sections every time that will just say, go catch fish of a given weight, don't care what it is. And you get really good XP. You're going to be getting XP for catching the fish, plus the XP for finishing the challenge, plus the XP if that fish that you caught was associated with a fishing challenge. So you can catch like this bronze ring smallmouth here, and you're getting the XP from the fish plus the XP for the challenge, and then you're rolling that into the fishing challenges again once they're working. So that's a huge reason to get Apex, even if you're not intending to play online. And I would also say the second benefit is, you see that fish? See on the left side of my screen, mink birds caught a few mountain whitefish. That's the other benefit of playing online, is you get to see what every time someone catches a fish, you get to see who did it, what the fish was, and its rank. So let's just pretend that whoever that was, let's get rid of some of this stuff. Let's pretend that whoever that was, come on, catch a fish. There we go. Let's pretend Bubba bored that orange trout was a diamond. I'm not ready for it, but I would love to know where it is so I can catch it later. So I'm going to start browsing. Where is Bubba at? Is Bubba over here? Oh, happen to find him right here. So now I already know, well, whenever I'm ready to go fishing for Orid, maybe I'll just throw one of these out here, or maybe if it happens to be a diamond, I'll record it as a diamond and set a label on it for Orid, which is right here. So now whenever I'm ready for Orid, I just look for the markers and I go, oh, there's my Orid trout spot. You're not going to be able to have access to that if you're not playing online. So even if you're never playing with a friend, get that Apex hooked up and start learning where these spots are for which species based off of other people's success. All right, so that's my second tip, and I have one more for you, and then we're gonna go fishing. This is gonna sound like a plug, but I promise it's not. I'm not affiliated with anybody. I have no connections whatsoever with developers, YouTube content creators. I have none of that stuff. Not even asking for it. Don't want it, honestly. But you do need to know the value in the Discord that they have mentioned here. Again, not affiliated. This Discord is basically dead. Like, you can't contribute to it whatsoever. But inside of their official Discord, they have a resource hub. And inside of that resource hub, they have something called a help sheet. It's like an Excel spreadsheet But it is the exact same information that any any YouTube video you watch, that person's using the help sheet that's provided by the official Discord, guaranteed, and everyone's using it. So don't think that they're creating their own. And they're not. There's no need to. Like it's so helpful. It tells you if you have a particular species, where there's some spots to go look at. It gives you a full hook chart for all species, so you can figure out, if I want to get a silvered orid, what's my hook size I should start with. It shows you side by side where all the baits, what fish like preferred baits and which ones don't, and which ones favorites. And then, let's imagine I'm trying to catch, let's say I'm trying to target a green sunfish. Normally, I'd have to go here, read the bait and lure preference, and it's in order, favorite to least favorite, right? So it loves bloodworm over redworm, and redworm over cheese, and cheese over dough, right? So I might start with bloodworm, and I have an idea of where I want to go, and so on and so forth, right? But it doesn't show me like a recommendation for what hook size to start with. And maybe that's the part of the game that you love, which is the trial and error and the experimentation. By all means, it's here for you. But if you're hunting for maybe the diamond and you want to know what the silver size hook is, that's all in that sheet. It makes it so much easier. But on top of it, let's say I'm at the right spot, right size hook, and I pick the bloodworm. I catch 10 fish, only 2 of them are sunfish, and the other 8 is a mixture of, I don't know, whatever else likes bloodworm. Maybe it's the drum, or maybe the perch is biting, or the crappie's biting it, or the blue, whatever. Having that hook chart, having that bait chart can help show you just visually, as a quick visual comparison. All right, yes, they love bloodworm, but so does everything else near it. What is something that this thing likes that the other ones don't like? And maybe it turns out to be hot dog or marshmallow. Who knows? I don't actually know off the top of my head. But doing it inside of the game is really hard. It's like, oh man, I just caught a perch. Okay, let me try to remember what's on this list. Go to the perch, and okay, now find out what's not on this list. So, yeah, that's my third biggest tip. Is again, not affiliated, not looking for support, nothing like that. Totally dead Discord is linked here, but you can you can get those, all the help sheets for all of the maps that are, it's every YouTuber is using these sheets. Why not you as well? So go grab them from the resource hub. And that's my top 3 tips for all new players is get the help sheets, get your Apex Connect working so you can find the spots on the map and get some extra XP, and yeah, finish the academy, get your free equipment, and don't rush getting OP, because again, I'll say it one more time, but level 13 is what I ended up being when I finished just the academy. I got free gear, free upgrades, free expansions, first because I didn't spend the money for it. And I got free, level 13 means when I went to the store, I was deciding, well, what do I get? And I waited till I got to level 18, I believe, and I picked up, actually I really like the Jafar, but I think I picked up this one here. And with 13-pound line strength, I can technically go diamond hunting for half the species, at least half the species on this map. Those are my top 3 tips. Feel free to ask any questions too. I'm answering anyone's questions related to this game. And I'm gonna go fishing now because I've done enough talking. Let's see, what do I want to target today? What I've been doing is, I actually want to get out of the, yeah. What I've been doing is, I know I don't have all the diamonds. I still don't have a golden trout for some reason. I thought I did, but maybe that was a previous account or something, or another account. I definitely don't have the carp sucker here. But a while back, I started a notebook log, and I wanted to recatch every diamond in the game. And so I wrote them all down in my book here for every map. What am I missing? I'm missing a page. Here it is. and I've been recatching them all. I've been capturing water temperature, time of day, and specifically just the silver and the diamond setup. So, what was the weight of the silver? What did I use to catch the silver? When I caught the diamond, what was its weight? And what did I use? And the reason that's important is for anyone who knows what it's like fishing for diamonds, is you don't use a diamond hook. you do, you're just never going to get a bite. And this game loves to spawn diamonds after, like, each time a new fish needs to spawn in, it sort of recalculates and says, okay, should this one be a diamond or something like that, or what's the rarity like? So people often fish for silvers to because a silver hook will catch anything of that rank and higher. So a silver hook can catch a diamond, and so they're constantly catching fish, which makes the game less boring. And they can also catch a diamond on it, so they don't have to change too much. And it's important for me to know, like, what weight do I want to set up for. So I want to go brook. We're gonna go brook trout, because that's the only. I think I'm missing. Let's see. I'm missing a brook trout. I need to recatch the lake trout and the golden trout. So we're gonna do that too. So, and I'm trying to use some of my weaker gear just because I want to get the mastery up. I don't need the XP, but it gives me something to do. And I think I was using, so last time I was using size 6 with eggs, and it was the silver's worth about a little less than 4 pounds, about 4 pounds. So let's put eggs on this one. This is the feeder. I don't know if the feeder's going to catch anything. Something else is using a size 6. What is it? Oh, this is using a 6. Let's just put anything on that right now. I want to use this rod to level this one up. 6 with eggs. And I don't actually, let me double check the brook trout here. Yeah, is this one here. I know it already says diamond, but in my book I don't have the diamond, so we're catching it again. Spoon before spinner. So we'll put a 6 spoon on it. 6 spoon. And now I'm using some weak gear, right? This is, I mean, not super weak because this is 13 pound, but I'm using 5 pound line. It's not that great compared to this, but it's all right. 6 pounds is kind of what I'm expecting the brook trout to be. 8 pounds is going to be too much. One of the fastest ways to level up these pieces of equipment is to use weak line to get a high score and grind out the mastery that way. So even though I'm using a really good rod and reel, way more than I need for this fish, if I catch one on this setup, I'll get good mastery for that. Okay, let's go find some brook trout. I already know where to go. Oops, I need to put the fast travel markers back on, and oh, it was already on. Shoot. I want the boat and car. Okay, we're gonna go over here, and we're gonna go fishing for some brook. Now I know the cutthroat I caught around here was when it was at 44.9 degrees. I know a lot of people don't buy into the whole degrees temperature thing, but that's all right. To each their own. But what I could do with this information is test the temperature of the waters and change my fishing spot. So I'll show you what that means. So I know that they're over here, and just because I have it marked right here doesn't mean you're only going to catch it here. I've caught this diamond. There's a cutthroat I've caught here, but I've caught cutthroats all through here as diamonds. So I just arbitrarily put them here to help me know where the water zones are. So for example, if I was targeting cutthroat, I would park my boat here, and then based off of time of day and temperature, I would fish the cooler water or the warmer water, so I can stay in the zone longer. And that's kind of how you use temperatures to your advantage. if you choose to. But brook trout is where we're going to be focusing here. I don't know what the temperature is for the brook, so we're going to have to just play it around. But I'm going to park it right. I don't want a marker, I want a waypoint. Well, I want to be before that waypoint. Let's see what that looks like. Yeah, that's pretty good. Let's get rid of that's pretty good. Yeah. So here's what I'm doing right now. So I'm at the front of the boat, and I'm not going to cast in front of me because I'm obviously going to hit the land. But I'm going to cast to the right and the left of me and stay in this shade of blue, catch something, and if I feel like I need to go colder by a couple degrees, I'll fish the back of the boat. That's my strategy. So let's do that real quick. We do know that I believe this is pro performance is what the brook wants. And again, just to reiterate, if you have any questions about the game, feel free to drop them. And I'm also doing live Q&A as I'm fishing. You know what though? Actually, hold on a second. I would like to get more than one line in the water. So let's go. Let's just land. Let's get on the land here. All right. Let's put a couple lines in the water. Now, sometimes the game bugs out on the very first time that you put that into the rod holder. Yeah, that's better. Pro Performance, we'll throw that out here. And then we'll get that bottom line out there too. Look, we've already got a bite on that first one. So we'll wait for that to turn gold. There we go. And you notice I've already turned off some of the sound effects because that's my level of adding immersion to the game is by turning off some of the annoying sounds, or not the arcadey sounds. Oh yeah, so this is working out great. So even though I got zero, it says 0%, the fact that there's an up arrow means that I am still gaining mastery, but I didn't earn enough mastery to count it as 1%, but I still got some. So we'll go after the brook again. And then I'll pull the third line out because I know they want spoons, and we'll just throw this out and get the spoons this way. And this is generally what I try to do for going after diamonds is I try to get out of a boat. And believe it or not, despite whatever you read or not read, but watch and learn, fish can be caught in, think of like this hot spots more as a hot zone. Most people are going to be fishing in the boat at this location, but you can, oh my gosh, I can't tell you how many times I've caught diamond cutthroat here, all along this water, this ridge line here. We've got fish like days now, gangbusters. There we go. Got another one up here. And this is so much faster than fishing from a boat, and you're still going to get really good bites. And yeah, I should have a brook here pretty soon, hopefully. And if you're unfamiliar, the reason we're targeting silvers is if I were to target the size of hook for a gold minimum, then obviously that's the minimum, right? And that means I'm going to be getting less bites because the only fish that could bite my hook is whatever is already spawned in the map. And so by fishing with silvers, I'm taking a fish out of the water, causing a new fish to spawn. And that's what increases your bite chances and ultimately will help you catch a diamond faster, in my opinion. I mean, of course, there's other little things that you can do, exploits like server swapping and coming in and catching fish. Trying to force the game to spawn in a diamond right away, but that's not really my style. Nothing wrong with it though. It is efficient. It does help. It is definitely helpful if you're going for competition stuff, but that's not what I'm doing. I don't know why I did that. I casted that thing out so far away. There's a couple of other myths too. For example, you don't have to throw your bait balls all the way out, like 80, 100 feet away. Doesn't work that way. In fact, I'm just gonna drop it there and keep it at 1. And I'll still be able to catch it. Even though, like, the traits in this game are kind of, I don't know if they're kind of broken, but they feel broken. So this one says it's easily spooked. Right? And what that, I think, is meant, oh, hello. I think what that meant to imply is you want to cast further than where the fish actually is. But I just caught a rainbow trout that's also easily spooked. So it's like, do I really need to throw a bait ball out 100 feet? I don't think so. I don't think so at all. I tend to go like 30, 40 feet because that's the minimum. Like on a regular cast, it's like sort of the minimum distance. Look at this thing. So yeah, even though it says 0%, I'm still gaining mastery on that stuff. Using that 5-pound line. I'm not sure why I'm not getting anything on the eggs though. Should have at least gotten something by now. I'll check one of those in a second. Here's another example of what I was talking about earlier about how you can catch 10 fish using a setup that is designed for the fish that you're targeting, but you're not catching that designed fish. And that's kind of where the hook chart comes in handy from the official Discord. Not mine, obviously. I'm not promoting anybody here. But the one from the main menu of the game, you go into there, go to the resource hub, access the help sheets. That chart will tell me if I need to switch to a size 6 spinner or not. Even though I know that the brook trout prefers the spoon or the spinner, whichever one I switch to. Oh, it's right, it prefers the spoon. Oh, I did it again. Dang it. I don't need to do all that. Now, even though I know it prefers the spoon, it doesn't prefer as much as the other fish in the area. So I'm trying to find something that the brook trout would prefer, even late in its list, but nothing else wants it. That's really what you want to do. So that resource hub help sheet really works. So let's take a peek of that. I'm going to open it up on my end. Obviously I can't show you because I don't have it hooked up. I don't stream that way. I just use the PS5 streaming. But I'm looking at the bait chart for GRR. Oh, what's this? This is probably another rainbow. Brook trout. Let's see. Brook trout compared to rainbow. There we go. Brook trout. So I know that the brook trout is going to want the spinner bait, actually. If I look at that, I wasn't even thinking about spinner baits. But nothing out here will bite on a spinner bait. The cutthroat won't touch a spinner bait. The rainbows won't touch a spinner bait, but the brook trout will. So that's an adjustment. Oh, I just missed that fish. That's actually an adjustment I'm going to make right now. Unless I have one. I don't think I have one. So that's where that resource comes in handy, is because now visually it took me just a few seconds to find something that the brook trout likes that nothing else in this area does like. Alright, let's get that out. Do I have it? I don't have one. Alright, no problem. We're just going to grab one real quick. Lures. Let's put the 7 back. I'm not going to need the 7. Oh, I'm not going to need that either. Okay. Oops. Spinnerbait. I said 6. That one's already mastered. Let's take this one. And just in case, we'll take a 5 as well. Okay. And so now, with this setup, we should have... I don't know about the bite frequency, but if I were to count 10 bites, it should go from 2 out of 10 being brooks to 6. 6 out of 10. That's kind of the goal here. Alright, let's get set up again. Let's dump this out. Actually, you know what? Just to kind of make a point, we're going to pick a different spot and just kind of show you how wide these zones can be. So what I was trying to do is stay in this, not this super light blue, but this other darker blue. And you can see how easy it is to be in that blue right around this bend. So we're going to go fish that instead. And I'll show you that it's... that there's so many good spots for fish other than what you might grab from some charts or videos. Explore. Whoa! I got turned around. So we'll try this spot here. Throw the ball out. Is it over there? That's not the feeder rod. Hold on. I can never trust the first one. It always, like, it doesn't glitch all the time, but when it glitches, it's so annoying. Yeah, I'm just going to assume it's over there. This is the one that is on the feeder rod, I believe. Yeah, that is. And now let's try this spinnerbait and see what this looks like. That's more than double. Oops, not that. There we go. Let's get that closer to 40 and then slow it down. And so if anything hits, it should be a brook trout. Because when I looked at the bait chart, cutthroats and rainbows do not care at all for spinner baits. Even though technically brook trout spinner bait is like second to least favorite. It'll still bite this thing. It won't be like, nah man, you put a spinner bait, no, give me something else. It's not going to do that. If there is a fish out here that will bite it, it will bite it. So we'll put this spot to the test. And if it doesn't work out, we'll start moseying our way back to where we were. We got something with a bite on it, so let's just see what it is. And because these are using eggs, oh my gosh, pick it up, let's go. We are susceptible to still catching cutthroats. And I don't mind a diamond cutthroat, although this is definitely a brook. Small one though. And this is a QA session, so if you've got any questions, feel free to drop them in, let me know. Whoa, Epic Game just kind of glitched out on there. Another brook. And because I'm using such weak equipment, it's taking forever to bring in this tiny silver. Well, I guess it's not a tiny silver, but it's still a small fish compared to the others. Now we do have a few seconds left before that fish is going to fall off the hook, so we can at least get that bait ball out there. But so far, we've already got 2 brooks. So this is turning out to be a pretty viable spot. Oh, there we go. Is that a... Oh, I thought it was a gold. Alright, let's try the spinnerbait. And already we have a bite on... We're going to have a bite already on this one float rod I just put out. It should be good though. Alright, let me just check this thing real quick. Yeah, nothing. Okay, good. Got the chart up. Okay. So one of the reasons that the bites will dry up is because that bait ball is still sort of summoning the fish around it, but the fish around it are either going to be bronze or smaller, right? And we're using minimum silver size hooks and above, or there are going to be the rainbows and the cutthroat, which won't bite anything on that spinner bait. And so that's why you want to mix and match some of your setups to catch these unwanted fish in order to trigger the game to spawning a new fish. And if you're using gold size and above, well, what's filtering out the smaller fish if you're only using the gold size, which is why your bites are going to take forever. So you want to mix and match. Something I could do is, if I'm not going to get anything on the bottom feeder, I might put out another float, and I might only put a gold size hook on that one, and then keep fishing with my silvers on this side. It's kind of interesting though. We got a nibble on this one, but it didn't turn into a bite. It's not usually the case. Usually when you get one, it'll nibble on there. But I do love that it's obviously still a feature where the fish will be like, nah, no thanks. So you're not guaranteed to always get a fish. Oh, are the spinner baits... I mean, I thought they were constant, right? Yeah, constant stop and go. Alright, we got a couple bites here. Let's see what this is. That looks like a brook just by looking at the profile of the fin. Yeah, it's another brook. So we went from catching rainbows galore. Oh, that's a nice size silver. From catching cutthroats and rainbows to only brook, just by playing with the depths and temperatures a little bit and moving to different spots. Like that's not to say that I can't catch rainbows here. It's just this is proving to be a bit more better for us. There's the cutthroat I was looking for. I was like, there's got to be one out here. And I can feel I already have another bite on the other rod, but since it's a fresh bite, I have enough time to throw out another ball to keep these bites coming. Let's try that again. This looks like a cutthroat. Oh man, if that's a brook, that's going to be a nice sized brook. Oh, it's a cutthroat. And so that's really helping pump those fish out. If you weren't here for earlier part of the stream, I gave away some three really good pro tips that I give to all new players and low-level players. I'll give you a quick recap of what those are here in a second. We won't go into full detail. All the details are going to be in the earlier part of the stream. But in short, especially if you're, I would say, first 10 levels of the game, don't be in a rush to get better gear or to spend your money. Finish the academy, get some free gear. The game does not tell you what free gear you're going to get, which is why it's frustrating to buy the gear that you are allowed to have access to and then find out, oh crap, I just got that for free. What a waste of money. So finish at least the beginning academy. Maybe not all of the challenges, but what I mean by academy is I'm not talking about the fishing challenges. I'm talking about this tab, the tutorial missions, and focusing on just the academy. If you can finish this stuff, you're going to get You're going to get some of the free gear. Most importantly is the first stage of the backpack and tackle box expansions for free. You're going to be around level 13 with some extra, with a good amount of cash to maybe make it to level 15. And the gear that you can get at level 15 is good enough to catch diamonds for, I would say, at least half the species of this map. So it does not take long to get super strong and OP. So don't be in a rush for that. What really changed that dynamic was the rod holders, because you can see how many fish we can catch versus before when it was just the single rod in hand. The second tip is even if you have no intention of playing online with other people, get your Apex Connect set up and be in an online server so that you can put markers on the map when other people are catching good fish. Like, let's say that Gono L, that Orid Trout Gold, maybe I'd want to go after maybe I'd want to know where that gold trout was caught. Or not the golden trout, but the gold Orid Trout was caught. So I could find him on the map. Where is he at? Where are they at? It's probably this one up here. Yeah. And I could mark that and say gold Orid. And now whenever I'm ready to go hunting for it later, I can. You don't get the access to do that, obviously, if you're not playing online. So get that Apex account set up. It is so handy to be able to piggyback off of other people's successes. The other factor with Apex is it gives you access to the challenges, which unfortunately are currently broken, but they're working on them. They'll be fixed soon. If not this week, then definitely I would say next week, because it just doesn't seem like it'd be a huge thing to fix, because again, there's no code changes to the game in almost a year. So I imagine it'd be an easy thing to fix on the server. But those challenges is a way to really get a lot of XP, because, you know, if you're targeting like brook trout, for example, I would pick one of the challenges that would get me XP for catching, you know, 10 fish of a certain species or whatever. So I get XP for the fish plus XP for the challenge. And it's pretty good XP, honestly. It's not, it's pretty good. Some of them are better than others, but the dailies are always there. The weeklies are really good. I mean, yeah, Apex is worth it. And it's free, so why not? Alright, this spot is kind of drying up a little bit. And so when that happens, it usually means that the water is kind of getting a little too warm. So I want to try this darker shade. And I think that that's going to be right here. Or it'll even be over here. You see how this water is really dark over here? I'm going to try this spot after that. So I'll put one of these down here and I'll track this one. Oh, it made the other one go away because I was tracking it. Never mind. I want this spot right here. Alright. Let's try that. Come on. Alright, I'm not stuck. Oh, come on. Get off there. Oh, wait, I got a fish on that line. I just felt it vibrate. It didn't put it back in the... It didn't put it back yet. Could you imagine if this was the diamond? Just imagine that for a second. How nuts would that be? Doesn't look like a diamond, though. Could you imagine, though? That would be so cool. Alright, let's go back. So as the day is getting a little warmer, I don't want to like server bounce right now. So I'll try to hit up a spot where I can control temperature and stay in that zone. Like they were spawning in a certain zone for a while there. Usually each shade of water is like an extra 2 degrees roughly. It's not perfect math, but it's close. Not very many people will fish this kind of stuff, but I will. And we'll give it a try and see what happens. We need this guy. And am I in this spot? No, I'm not really in the spot. We need to get further over. Oh, hit the water. No. All right. Sometimes you do that too. Sometimes you just fail. We went for a swim. All right. Get in the water boat. Come on. There we go. Sometimes you have to go forward to go backwards. That's how it works. Alright, we'll just barely touch it this time. There we go. Alright, we'll try this little spot here. Again, I'll show why in a second, but we'll just drop this in the water. Get the bait ball out. And that should put us, yeah, probably in that deeper cut that we're looking for. And then we'll get the spinner bait, and we'll really check this one out there. Get that in the deeper water as well, and just see what happens. Like I said before, it's normal in this game for where you think the hot spot is to be much wider than it actually is, or what you thought it was going to be. Yeah, we've already got a bite over there, and I bet you that'll be another brook. Let's find out. Yeah, it's totally a brook. I saw the profile. Gosh, this wheel's trash. It just rings. It's just so slow. Oh, that's actually a good size. Oh, it was a cutthroat. Oh man, it proved me wrong. No wonder it took forever to bring in. Like that thing did not look that big. Oh, I'm not standing enough, close enough to the edge. Let's back up. There we go. I'll try a little stop and go action on this thing. I don't think the spinner baits are very good in this game. Seems like I just never really catch much with them. But we are catching brook trout are the only thing out here that really like the spinner bait. We've already proven that the rainbows and the cutthroats won't touch it. What is it that nibbles? I don't remember what fish nibbles. That was like 2 or 3 nibbles on that one. What are you? Cutthroat. Oh, it's a brook. Okay. I wasn't thinking about that. That's cool. And then that third one, again, there's no self-promotions whatsoever. I'm not plugging anybody. I'm not affiliated with anybody. But on the main menu of this game, they link you to the official Discord. It's totally dead. You can't contribute to it whatsoever. But in that Discord's Resource Hub channel, you have access to the help sheets that every content creator has been using for the past few years. It was originally created by the devs, and it still is provided for free by the devs. So I always recommend people pop on in there, access the help sheets, and I bookmark them in my browser. So that was my big third tip. Let's get access to that good stuff. If there's any questions, let me know what else you're thinking. Yeah, this is turning out to be a fine brook spot as well. And just like I was mentioning before, you notice those bites were like just freezing up entirely. The theory is I just went a little bit colder. Oh, crap. Too close to the edge. There we go. I went a little bit colder, and they're picking up a little bit more now. If I knew what the actual temperature was for the diamond, then I would that would help me determine if I need to start earlier in the server or later in the server, or pick a different shade of the water. Again, it's not going to predict that I can catch a diamond, or it's not going to predict that I will catch a diamond, but it helps me get in the zone faster and stay in the zone longer. If I know, you know, like, oh, well, now the water's 5 degrees too hot. Okay, there's no sense fishing it. Reset the server, do something else. That's kind of where the temperatures help you in that strategy. Oh, got a bite. That's perfect timing because we need to reset that ball as well. The bottom is working, the float is working. There's no wrong choice when it comes to the size 6 eggs, that's for sure, and these brook trout. Or I guess the cutthroats as well. This looks like another cutty. Oh man, I can never get these right. I swear, I see brook and it's a cutty and it's the opposite every time. Alright, let's get this back out there. We are still fishing in that dark stuff? Yeah. Or darker stuff. I thought I saw that switch. It did not. Did I grab a 7 or a 5 spinner bait? I went 5. I should have got 7. I should have went smaller because I'm not getting many bites. Yeah, I should have gone smaller, not bigger. When this bait ball expires, I'm going to do that. I'm going to switch that out. I'll get the 7 instead of the 5. And then I think what I'm going to do is I'm also going to move... I know what I'm going to do. We're going to move this up to a size 5. Because we're not getting bites too frequent with it, so I'd rather it be the right... I'd rather it be the big fish. Is this... What line is this? This 6... Yeah, this is 6. That's more than enough. Oh, my 5s are taken. Alright. Oh, we can't use the... shoot, I forgot about that. Okay, let's put this back on and I'll go back to the chart and see what else I can pick. I mean, I don't have to go to the chart, and this is what I was explaining earlier for anyone who might be new. I know that if I go to the brook, I can see, alright, eggs, red worm, worm. Oh, I forgot about worm. Bloodworm, cheese. So anything that will stick on a size 5 will be fine. What did I just say? Oh god, my brain's fried. Red, blood, cheese, minnow. But instead, because I have the chart up here, I can just visually compare. Let's see, where is that? Brook trout's this line. Swim bait, crankbait. Yeah, we're not going to do all that. We're not going to go there. It's this one. Okay. I want the rainbow right there. Oh. Game's kind of trying to keep me distracted a little bit. Oh, that's a good sized fish. Whatever it is. That's the brook line. It's only eggs and cheese. And if I do cheese, the cutthroat are going to want it. No, it's not. What? Oh man, what was that? I didn't see that fish that just jumped. Let's go put this over there. See if we can catch that fish. Oh man, too close. There we go. Bloink. All right, what am I looking at here? I'm looking at cheese. What's this fish? This row is for the golden and the brook. Okay, so cheese will work out fine. Looks like rainbows and cutthroats are not going to bite on the cheese. So let's actually pick this one back up. We'll put a 5 on this one and try and target the gold rank on this one. 5 cheese. That sounds about right. We'll refresh this one. Oh, I forgot I was gonna switch out the spinner bait. Oh well. We'll do it at the next one. I brought a 5. I don't know sure why I brought the 5. In my brain I was thinking get 7. But my brain went the opposite way with the hooks, and I went smaller. I went bigger hook, not smaller hook. But that's all right. I think that'll be fine. What time of day is it? 7:05. Fish is a little bit longer, and then the next species I need after the brook is the golden trout, lake trout, and I want to recatch another orid. So I've got most of the morning species left to do, actually. That looks like a cutthroat. Come on, come on, come on. Yeah, super realistic when I'm being super aggressive. Just having the fish float in the air all the way to me. So now I know if I get anything on that left rod, it should be a good size fish. But I want to get the 7s on this spinning rod so that I can force the spawn rates to change more often by taking one of these smaller fish out of the equation. Because the 6s are still pretty consistent. Like as you can see, I have a nibble on right now. Let's do it. What is it? Boop, 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 boop. All right. All right, let's go get that other. Let's get that smaller size hook, and then come back to that spot. So I'm using my boat and my car. Well, the boat. Let me rephrase that. The boat is the fast travel that I want to go to, and the car is the storage. So we want to change this one for the 7. I have another 7. No, it's just that one. Okay. There we go. Actually, you know what I'll do is I'll also refresh my bait balls while I'm here. And we'll jump back to that boat. All right. Oh, I thought that was like a fish swimming straight down, but it's a log. I was like, what is that? It caught my eye. And then we'll get the bait ball out there. Then we'll get the size 5 cheese out there for anything that's big. Since we know that that's the smallest hook you can use for the cheese, but we also know that the only thing that bites the cheese is the brook. But it would have to be a gold brook or bigger to bite that hook. That was quite a tongue twister. So the only thing that will bite that left rod is a gold or higher size brook. But in the meanwhile, the spinning rod is meant to cycle the small fish out to hopefully trigger more fish spawning in, and hopefully we'll get that gold and diamond to spawn in, and then we'll stick on the eggs on the other side to not just capture the brooks, but anything else that's out here, the rainbows and the cutthroats. We should be set up for a little, maybe not that much longer, because it's gonna get too warm here. I'm probably gonna switch over to this spot next because I can already see. So like I can already see that the temperature is going up, and I don't want to reset the server just yet, but I want to get into this darker blue stuff without being in a boat, and that other spot right over here is going to make that easier for us. So and after a couple of bait balls expire, we're going to move over probably around the time it turns 8 o'clock in game. And I imagine within the next, I don't know, couple of bait balls, the bites are going to drop down. Like, we're not getting as many bites, but we'll see. But that'll be my tell for when I need to go deeper. But yeah, we'll do that again. It's a nice size rainbow right there. And the spinnerbait we're using the spinnerbait because it's also a lure that the rainbows and the cutthroats want no part of. So it'll only catch small brooks. Because again, it's nice to catch a diamond, but if I caught 10 fish, I'd want 10 of them to be brooks. That increases my chances for the brook to be the diamond that I want. I think I'll let this one sink next time. We'll do one more cast. Let's get this out. It's really deep right there. Okay. Whoa, almost dropped my drink. Almost dropped it, but I didn't. Yeah, feel free if there's any other questions that come up, shoot them over to me. Any pieces of advice you're looking for, any other theories you want to discuss, we can do that too. Is that a nibble? It's one nibble, 2 nibbles, and then a bite. Yeah. Let's do it. What are you? It's another small brook. So you can see that even the small brooks are slowing down. Like, they just are. So that's telling me that I want to already begin thinking about, after this bait ball, switching over to the deeper section, get to be back colder again, and then once that dries up, then we'll respot the server. But this is how you basically extend your time in a server while still getting the bites you're looking for, versus just any generic bite. Like, we already have a nibble on there as well. And then what we'll do is when we come back, to that server, we'll sort of reset where we started from and mosey on this way again. But we're getting the decent ones. We'll get one more cast in here before that ball expires, and then we'll go to deeper water. Or, yeah, it's deeper slash cooler. Go lay down. Go on. Go on. Go lay down. Turn around. One of my dogs is trying to be all disobedient. Put that heifer in its place. Alright, last bite, and then we'll move over. Come on, I saw you nibbling. There we go. Hopefully we get this brook out of the way. I don't remember brooks being this difficult. I mean, this is hardly difficult, but yesterday when I was fishing, I caught a walleye and a mountain whitefish in a span of like an hour. A carp sucker, I was not expecting that to hit. That's how you know you're out of the zone. It's time to move, because that means that the other fish that are spawning in are not the brook. So we're going to go over here where it's deeper slash colder, and then once we get a bite like that stupid carp sucker, then we'll move back. Oh, that's really steep. I don't actually know if we can fish there from there. We might be stuck. Yeah, I'm not going to do it from the boat because I need something in the water. I want that cheese working for me, but I'm going to try and look at this little rock right here and see if I can get on it. Where does it come to narrow? It comes narrow like just past the marker. But I don't see much to stand on other than that rock right there. I think that's going to be it. I mean, I guess I could stand higher, honestly. If I could just get up there, let's see, where can I stand? I could stand on this boulder right here that's sticking out. If I can get up to it, that's going to be the question of the day. Is can I get onto it? I think I can, actually. I think I can. Let's try. Let's see what this provides. Yeah, it's a little bit of a small looking, oddly looking trail, but we can make this work. Yeah, this will work nicely. And jump! Alright, here we go. So we are above the darker spots, so that should create a colder temp. You know what I should have done was I should have checked the temp to compare it so that you guys can all see it as well as we prove this theory. Put that down. Get the 5 cheese rocking for us. And we are still on that 7 spinner. Alright, now we should see how this works out. And we are, yeah, we're definitely fishing in that darker shade of water here, which means that we should get, oh, I forgot to turn that slower. I forgot to reduce the reel speed on that last cast. Alright, we've already got 1 bite coming on. We'll get a nibble. Hopefully we don't fall. That would not be good, because then I have to walk all the way back up here again. Man, I can't even... I can see the fish, but I can't see what the fish is. That looks like a cutthroat. Yeah, it is. So that temp is back to 47, which is pretty good. But we need a brook. We don't need a cutthroat. We need a brook. And then slow that down to 1. And then we'll probably sit here until it turns to about 8 in game, and then reset it, because I think we're past the window. I see something over there. Oh no, it's just a fish that's swimming around. I thought it was going after the spinner bait. But even for fish that like the spinnerbait, I still feel like I don't get good bites on it. Let me double check my chart again and see if there's a jig that I can use that the other fish don't care for. So let's see. I'm looking at the bait chart. Is this it? Tube worm? Yeah. Oh my gosh, everything loves this stuff. Okay. So that's the rainbow. And the cutthroat is right below this line. Oh yeah, it's equal across the board with the cutthroats. I don't want that. I could do... Oh, what's this? Minnow. I forgot about minnow. We could switch to minnow. I forgot that the minnow is also on the list for the brook trout, but not the rainbows and the cutthroats. Let me see where that falls. I bet you that's going to be better than the cheese. Oh, it's just below the cheese. Yeah, and I don't want to do red worm. Yeah, I don't think we're going to do that either. Yeah, we'll stick with it. Let's go and replace the ball. Reset these. I'm not going to touch the cheese though, because that's the size 5. And that is exclusively brook trout cheese. Nothing else will touch it. Although I wasn't anticipating the carp sucker, so I think that the carp sucker could be a problem. I'm sure it's gotta love cheese, right? Oh, it doesn't even touch the cheese either. Yeah, so like that's... Yeah, we can't switch to the... we can't switch out to the other type of bait. I forget even what it was. The minnow. Because then that will put the river carp sucker back into the picture. Alright, let's see what's on this line. So if this is another cutty, then I think we're outside the window for brook, and we'll have to reset. It's too late in the day. And this looks like a cut. Yeah, it is. Okay. So we're going to move off of this. This is not working. So the other opportunity that I had was over here by the waterfall. What is this? I forget. Is this salmon? Oh, it's rainbow. That's right. So I think we're out of that window now. What was that? I think that was a cut. It'd be cool. I mean, I know we can sight fish, but it'd be cool to see a nice brook out here swimming, but I'm not seeing any. All right. Whee! All right. We'll respot ourselves here, and then we'll try to join another early morning server. And so the question is, do we switch to golden trout or stick with the brook? Any opinions? I'm going to reload on some baits. My brain's not working. There it is. All right. And we'll just restart the whole cycle again. We'll eventually make our way down that way. I don't even think we need to worry about that last zone. I think by the time we got there, it was too late in the day. So I want to mark this spot again. This spot worked out really good. So we'll put a marker right there, and then we'll get rid of this one because this just didn't prove to be very good. It'd be fine if we were going for cutthroat, then that would be a really good spot for us to like continue fishing while expanding the length of the day. But for that brook, it's just not really working out. What time is it giving us? Is it going backwards? It's going forwards. So all up in this space is a great place to start as well. In fact, I'll start here. I like going down this side because the water kind of pushes the bait towards the center of the water there, like the way that it makes the float. And the spinner. Give that a try. Oh, what other tips could I give while I'm waiting? Again, feel free to drop in questions and other things or any other theories you want to know about or further discuss. We can do that too. Or if you're looking for decent places for certain fish, I could probably help with that too. Excuse me. I think I'm gonna grab a snack. And we're back on Brook. I'm kind of disappointed in the spinnerbait not working out. Because it should be picking up bronze. Maybe it's good that it's not picking up bronze. I don't know. It'd be nice to get something biting on the spinnerbait. Although, to be fair, I don't really mind catching other species either. So I guess I could go back to the spoon. And because I am still trying to put mastery on that rod and reel. So technically, it would be better to catch heavier rainbows on it, even though I'm not targeting rainbows right now. It's better than not catching anything. So I guess I'll just switch and make that adjustment. Actually, you know what? Is I could level up this 4. That didn't take long. Oh my gosh, this battery's also going low. What's going on with my controllers? I think I need to buy another controller. These do not have battery life anymore. I think these controllers are also 2 that I had when I first got my system. So that's what, 6 years ago, 5 years ago? Let's just switch over right now. Make sure that this is still sounding good. Get over here. Alright, let's switch to the spoon. Oh, I already did. I just haven't casted it yet. I'm gonna say rainbow bites it first. Oh my gosh, I've already got another bite on here. That put some tension on. No good. I want the brooks. Show me the brook. It's actually really weird. I know I've caught... Oh, it must have been on a different account. Give this one a second. No. Yeah, it must have been a different account because I can't see the brook at all. What are you? Silver. Just a. Oh my gosh, it's already got something on here. If it's another, if it's another brook, I'm switching spots because I'm not getting enough. If it's, I'm not getting enough brook, I should say. Yeah, it is. There's another cut. Oh, that's a rainbow, actually. Can't tell. They all look the same when they're in that pool of water. That's a cutty. I'm not used to cutthroats having such wide red stripes on them. Oh, that was a brook right there. It looks pretty small, though. No, I want to catch something on this spoon, please. It didn't happen. All right, fine. Yeah, it's another cut. All right. I don't want another one. I don't want you. Hold on, let me check something. This is shallow pond, shore, upriver, middle river. Okay, so shore is better. I thought it was. I thought upriver was higher up the list, but it's not. So we'll switch to slightly more shallow area. The temperature is right though. I'm sorry, the depth is right. I meant to say. All right, let's get this right here. All right, let's see what this does. And now let me compare it with the cutthroat, which is here. Oh, it's same. Oh, it is the same. Shallow pond, deep pond, lakeshore. Okay, whatever then. Whatever. Yeah, I did catch it. Okay, that's right. I was getting my pictures in my brain mixed up between the golden trout and the brook trout. It's the golden one I need to recatch. I mean, not recatch, but in this profile I have not caught the golden one. Because I know in my logbook I had already have one. Let's see what's going on over here. Shamon. Not yet. I'm going to catch two first on this one. Let's go. Get something to bite on this spoon, please. Bite it. Nope. Oh, it's coming for it. What is that? What is that? It's a big one. Oh, it's not what I wanted. It's a rainbow. Come on. There we go. We lost the other fish, but that's all right. Look at the levels mastery we got because we did all that on the 5-pound line. If that was the pole on the left, I would not have done that. But oh, what is that? Saw a cutthroat swimming by on the left. Let's get rid of these rainbows. Give me another one. I want to master this one. Let's go. Nope, didn't have it. Bloop. All right, all right, all right. Let's see what's going on with this side of things. Everything looking smooth. Yes, it is. Another silver cutthroat. Not ideal. We're gonna fish this over here this time. Do do do. Oh, it's a rainbow cutthroat. It's a big one. Let's try and get it back. I don't know what this fish was, but it looked big, so I'm just gonna try and get it back. There we go. It looked big. That's why I wanted to try and get it. I just have to be patient. I'm only on 5.5 pound line, but this is pretty easy. Come on, come on. I think it's a gold cutthroat. Alright, we're gonna tire this one out apparently. What are you? It could be a rainbow as well. It could be like a silver rainbow. They look so damn similar in this area. I wish I had one or the other, but not both. But it's alright. We're gonna get probably, I'm gonna say 35% mastery on the spoon with this fish, just considering the fight. Sometimes it's just fun to try and bring something in on these lower lines, these lower weaker lines. Ah, it's pulling more line. Come on, don't do that. It's either a gold cutthroat or a silver rainbow. That's my guess. We're not getting any bites on the other thing either. That's kind of odd. I thought for sure the other line I let go would be having something on it by now, but nothing. Which is fine. I don't need the temptation to cut this. Alright, here we go. Oh, you tricked me. Gold cutthroat. Yeah, I was right. Oh, it wasn't 35. It was 26. Still, I'll take 26%. That was a good one. Good battle. Let's try another spot. We'll fish along this side now. Blink. Put this one right here. Where did that line go? Oh yeah, it's right there. Yeah, it's in there. Oh, I can even see what it is from here. I scared the fish off. That's funny. It's kind of fun to just see what it is ahead of time. It's like, what are you? What are you? And then you're like, you know what? I don't want you. Go away. Oh, oh man. I was hoping it was going to be gold. It had the right length to it. All right, let's try again. I'm not feeling confident with this one though. Let me just try this one more time. Okay. Now let's see if we can see what it is. Using my peripherals. I know it's on there. I don't think that's the brook that's on there. Alright, alright, alright. I feel it vibrating like crazy. Come on. Yuck. I think we had more success with the brooks upside that the ridge line, so we'll let these out here just until this ball expires, and then I'll move further up north. I think it's north. Yeah, north. Feel free if any questions are coming up or anything else, any advice you need or looking for, any theories to want to discuss, we can do that too. Or any other tips you're looking to to get some insights on. I've repeated some big ones throughout the stream. Probably touch on those again in a little bit. Everything else is looking mighty fine. Those are looking good. And that's looking good. Okay. Let's do it. You know what? I want this spawn point. Let's take the boat. Oh crap, there's a fish on the big... Oh no, that's not the big line, that's the little line. I got excited because usually the one that I've been using the feeder line on was the one that left. And I thought the left one had the fish on it, so I got excited. Because that's the one that has the 5 cheese on there, which is Gold Brook. But this is a nice size, looks like brook, if I can bring the dang thing in. Silver 4.3. So I think the brook maxes at like, not maxes, but it's usually around like 7 pounds. I'm not a statistician. I don't follow a lot of those numbers. I go off of memory or whatever I write down for the most part. Hello, we're capsizing. We're gone. We're gonna die. Alright, let's get out and push. Get it off that rock. Go. Go. There we go. Alright, now we're going to try this spot again. Or a slightly different spot, because last time we were on the other side of that log, but what the heck, why not? We'll just try this spot this time. I don't want to get messed up by these logs, though. Can I jump on this log? Could I fish from this log? I probably could. What's the water look like? Alright, we'll stick over to the shallow for now. I mean, it's kind of dangerous if it pulls to the right, but I think we'll be okay. And usually I get a bite before this thing hits the frickin' water. Oh, I don't know why I chucked it so far away. Get in here. Get in here. All right. That's good enough for now. Oh, I'm gonna go get a granola bar. Oh. Hell yeah, finally got something on this. Oh, that's not the one I was looking for. I got excited because I thought it was the, oh my gosh. Oh, it was a rainbow this time. Okay. Almost mastered the size 4 um, spoon. I got confused because the spoons look the same, but it is a size 4 that I'm using. Yeah, that's why I wasn't getting bites with the spoon. For some reason, I thought in my brain I was using the smaller spoon, but I switched to the bigger spoon when I got tired of using the small spinnerbait. How come no one corrected me? What the hell? I rely on you people for something. Man, if I could pull one sponsor, it'd be Nature Valley, man. These bars are amazing. Keep your beer, your cigarettes, your coffee. I mean, don't get me wrong. Love myself some coffee, but these Nature Valley bars are amazing. I think one more fish at that on this 4 will be enough to get the mastery on the lure. Oh, there we go. There we go. What is it? Maybe not. What is that? Oh my gosh, this whole time I wasn't reeling. I'm so sidetracked when I'm eating. Smaller rainbow, it feels like. Yeah, it was smaller. But we did get mastery on that lure. I can still get this fish. Hell yeah, I can still get that fish. How long was it on the hook for? It must have been right at the edge. It was on there for a long time. Alright, I'm going to switch back to the spinnerbait, see if we can get some of the smaller ones to come in now. It's about time. And we'll switch to the 7 spinnerbait, which should be bronze brook trout only. Or above, I should say. Alright, let's get a bite. Today it's the sweet and salty peanuts Nature Valley bars. I got a whole box of them. They're so freaking tasty. Welcome in, everybody. If you've been new, hanging out for us a little bit. Right now I'm going after some brook. I need to, well, for context, the only diamonds I don't have on the map right at the moment are the carp sucker and the golden trout, at least on this account. Hey, stop. The dog is going nuts right now. Hold on a second. Hey, chill out, bro. And, but earlier in the year, I wanted to just recatch everything. So I started to, I opened up a logbook, a new gaming notebook of mine. And I wrote down every species for every map. And I'm just going through and cataloging each new catch for silvers and diamonds specifically. The silvers are helpful if you're unfamiliar with the game. Most people will often fish for the silvers because it'll force, like, you're getting enough bites to force the game to continue to spawn fish and hopefully trigger that diamond to bite. And since I'm using a silver hook, it's silver and above that will bite the hook, so diamonds can technically also bite the silver hook. And so what I'm doing is I'm cataloging the silvers and the diamonds, so I know at least what max weight is, temperature, time of day, that kind of stuff. But then silver kind of gets me started. It's like, all right, well, if I'm in the mood to go after golden trouts, I already know. The average size of a silver, for me at least, was 4.7 pounds. That dictates I don't need a really big setup. Cheese size 7. That's an easy setup for me to set up a couple times, and then I'm just taking the guesswork out of it. But then as I log my diamonds, then I kind of know, all right, well, if I want to get another diamond, which one would I like to target? Excuse me. And then on top of that, I'll probably put myself at a disadvantage with the setup, because I feel like if you're going to catch a diamond, let the battle take a minute. Sometimes, don't get me wrong, when I'm grinding for grass carp, I want them in as soon as possible, but I'm okay with a battle lasting for a minute or two rather than 6 seconds, 10 seconds, especially for a diamond. So I'll tailor my gear around that, and that's just fun for me. But then also I can help out with other people too if they're like, I'm trying to target orange trout, what would be a decent setup, or how big do they get, that kind of thing. So I have a quick answer for it. And it's been really rewarding, this experience so far of just capturing things again, and or catching fish again. Species I would normally have forgotten, or some species that are just hard. Like I would say the green sunfish was a little bit of a challenge. Not because it's a different type of challenge compared to the carp sucker, which is just you catch an infinite amount of them and you still don't get the diamond. Whereas the sunfish, what makes the sunfish hard is most of the bait that you use to catch it is the stuff that everything around there wants to bite on too. Um, so when I finally got it, it felt really cool. When I finally got it again, I should say. And that's been really fun. I've been enjoying it a lot, going through and catching everything again. And I'm taking my time going map to map, so I'll eventually finish with Golden Ridge here. The only thing I have left in my notebook to write down is golden trout, lake trout, carp sucker, and this diamond brook. Although I forgot also, I need to write down a silver orid, which orids are easy. They're not hard to find. They're all over the place. Usually a red worm is enough. Eggs sometimes too, so I'm not too worried about finding them and cataloging them. They're easy. I heard something over here. Oh, is that the left one? Oh, I got excited. I saw the indicator. I thought it was the feeder rod. The feeder rod would have been dope. You know what I'm going to do now, actually, is I'm going to switch out the float and the bottom feeder. Hey, stop. Leave it alone. These dogs, man, they're relentless. They know when you're not paying attention, and they're like, all right, now we're going to go ahead and do what Dad doesn't want us to do. What was I going to say? I think I'm going to switch these around. I'm going to switch the size 6 back to the feeder rod and put the 5 on the float rod. So we'll do that after this next fish. And then if I need to... Ooh, what is this? Not usually taking line out. What is this? It looks like a brook. Oh man, it's another cutthroat. Dang! So we know that that's at least working, so let's do that now. Let's make the switch. So we'll put the 5 on here. Oh, something else is using the 5. What is it? It's this one. Alright, put the 5 on here with the cheese. And then we'll switch back to the eggs on the feeder. And just kind of give the fish a different look here. See how that goes. This one is this one. So we'll put the eggs back on. And I know that this one's going to get a lot of bites. Where's the ledge of this log? Here it is. Don't want to accidentally pick up the wrong rod. Oh, or fall off the dang thing. There we go. And I think, I'm going to look back at the chart again. I don't exactly remember, but I think it liked worm. So I could jig a worm for a little bit too. This spinnerbait's just not working out. It looks great on paper, because the cutthroats and the rainbows don't want anything to do with it. But in practice, it doesn't do much. The other option would be... Well, there's actually two options. It's the swim bait and the crankbait. We can switch to those. Swim bait and crankbait. Which is the order of preference for this guy? Crankbait and... Oh, it's they're both above the spinnerbait. Okay, let's try that. Let's go with crankbait and swim bait. I got excited because I forgot I switched to the 6s on the feeder. We haven't had any bites on the feeder, so I thought, oh no, it's finally the gold brookie. But no, it wasn't. Although it is a nice looking brook, don't get me wrong. Yeah, feel free, if there's any other theories or questions or advice you're looking for, anything specific, feel free to let me know. I don't know if I have crankbait and swim bait. I could use a 6. I said, oh, here it is. I have a crankbait that's a size 6. Let's try this one instead. Be nice to see those work out. And the swim bait. Yeah, it does seem to like those. Which I am all for. Otherwise it was the cheese and the minnow. Wait, doesn't the rainbow like the minnow? It doesn't. I could go minnow as well. I forgot about that. But I think minnow's like lower ranked in the fish's preference than the cheese. Yeah, that's it in the chart. Okay, chart looks to be consistent with that. So let's put something else out. How are we doing on time? Oh my gosh, it is so late in the day. I think I want to switch back to the... is that a size 6 swim? It is. Let's do that instead. We're going to go ahead and switch servers right after this point, because I didn't realize that the time advanced as far as it did. Last time I checked, it was an early morning and it was syncing to the server, but I never actually went back to look. That explains why the brooks dropped off for a while. And the rod on the right, that's the one that has a size 5 cheese on it, so that'll be a minimum brook gold. The one on the left has a size 6 eggs. I need to slow the reel speed back on this one. And then we'll ship service as soon as this bowl expires. Let me know if you want me to switch over to a different species of fish. We can do that too. Available is the lake trout, the golden trout. I need to grab a silver orid, a couple of them, and then we can grind on some carp sucker. But those are the last ones that I need for my notebook here. If anyone has a preference, just shoot it. Let me know. Yeah, it's definitely too late in the day for the brook here. Prove me wrong, fish gods. Prove me wrong. Please. All right, at least we got something on this. I'll take it. Let's try switching over to a morning server. And hopefully we'll get one. That was pretty much afternoon starting soon. I mean, it wasn't really. It was not even close. It was like right in the middle. All right, all right. Thought I heard something. That was weird. We'll get the eggs up here. In the cheese. I need to pay attention to where the cheese floats. Like where it goes down to and how far away from the ball it is. I forgot about that. Usually I like to stay upriver and let it float down. I can control the position of that float, but it's not. Yeah, it's not what I'm doing right now, though. Like we have a brook on that small line. Let's see if we can get one quickly on this line too. Doesn't seem like it. No. This one could be anything. It's right. These are the eggs. That looks like a brook, actually. It was. It is. Oh crap, I forgot all about this thing. I was supposed to monitor my email. Hope everyone's doing well. Yeah, we're good. Whew, that could have been bad. If I was like missing an email for the school or something. Alright, hold on. It's a promising sign when it has to take a little bit of line. Oh, that looks like a brick too. Can we finally get a gold? They don't usually draw a line. What is it? Oh, not even close. Why did it pull line? It's not even 4 pounds. Dang, game's trying to get me excited. Boom. Okay, that's good. Check this email real quick. While I'm waiting... Hey, bite it. Didn't bite it. There we go. Thinking about switching back up to the 6 on the other one too. Like, it'd be nice to guarantee a gold brook, but we're not getting any bites on it for a while. So I'd rather go through more volume at this point and bring in the other rod with the 6 eggs and just kind of see how that goes. Even if it means more cutthroats, that might be a bit more up our speed too. We're gonna give this a second. No, didn't get one. All right. Earlier in the day, or in the stream, I had mentioned some 3 recommended big tips. So if you're brand new to the game or just unfamiliar, want some advice. The first one's actually all 3 of these kind of sound cliche. I'm not gonna lie, they do. But oh, I got excited. It looks bigger than it actually is. That was a 3.2. It just looks bigger than it actually is. Let's take this out of the water and switch this one up right now. Oh yeah, see, it was way over there. Oh no, it wasn't. It's because I yanked it. 6 eggs. We're gonna go volume now. Oops, I didn't want this one. I want this one. We should end up with the diamond soon, though. Oh, that's really good too. Oh, I forgot that we're hitting eggs, which means it could be anything. Can't get excited by the clicks of the drag, because now we're in the cutthroat and rainbow area. Actually, does rainbow even eat eggs? It doesn't seem like it. $6.10. Okay, that's good. That's good. But yeah, like I was saying before, if you are new to the game or starting over and you want some advice or something like that, well, one of the first things I recommend to every new player I talk with is to don't rush to spend your money. It's at anywhere past a couple of hours in the game, money's no issue. But at the beginning of the game, you run out of it fast, and it's not super quick to earn it back. Especially since you're buying mediocre gear. The game does not tell you what it wants to give you for free. It doesn't even tell you that you could earn things for free. And so my primary advice for all new players is go through and finish the academy. You don't have to finish all the challenges in the game. Although if you do, you're going to be in a really good spot. I had a playthrough series. I had a play along series that was working that way until it got corrupted and it didn't work anymore. But what I ended up doing was seeing how long in the game I can go without purchasing anything from the store. Just using whatever the game gives me. How far in those challenges can I go? Because they do get harder later on with the gold rank stuff. And I got all the way to level 22 and I only needed to purchase like I think 1 reel, and that's because the game was giving me things along the way. Specifically out of the academy, it gives you rods, reels, lures, hooks, baits, all for free as you're progressing through the academy. And the best prize, in my opinion, is when you finish the academy. In fact, I'll show you what I'm talking about here in a second. I want to make sure we're very clear here. I'm not talking about these fishing challenges. I'm just talking about what they're calling into the tutorial, the academy. If you finish all of the academy, all these 2 expert challenges, it will give you a free stage 1 backpack expansion, as well as the stage 1 tackle box expansion for free. Those normally cost 1,000 gold each. The first stage is 1,000. The second one's I think 2,500. The game doesn't tell you that that's what it's dangling in front of you, but if you don't buy them and you finish the academy, you get both of those for free, which is a really nice prize, honestly. And so that's usually what I tell people is finish the academy all the way through. Don't just stop right when you unlock multiplayer, because it's easy to do that. It's easy to get excited because the whole game opens up to you. But the game doesn't tell you what's left for you to get on your own for free. And kind of like a tip 1A, I guess, to that is when you get to the first challenge board, the right panel gives you a challenge for bottom fishing or feeder fishing, whatever they call it. And just by starting that mission, gives you a free rod and a reel, a sinker, and I think some bait too, because it wants you to use the bottom fishing to go and catch something. But yeah, just you never even have to complete it if you don't want to. Just starting it gives you a free beginner feeder rod and a reel, which is really good. And so that's my first initial tip for everybody as a new player is to don't succumb to feeling like you need to power level right away and get the gold right away. Finish the academy, get your free stuff. When I finished the academy, I was around level 13, and I had a good amount of money because I had finished, whatever the game was asking me to finish. And so I was able to not waste any money buying things that I was going to get for free, but more importantly, buying weaker gear that I didn't need. Because now I'm 13, almost level 15, and I've got enough money for level 15 gear, which is much better than the level 8 stuff. So that's what I would say for people getting started. Another piece of advice is more of an awareness thing. Um, in this game, it's not clear to you um, like how easy it is to get to diamond, like to start diamond hunting. How easy and how early in the game you can do that. Let me put a bait ball down here for a second. So in this map, Golden Ridge Reserve, there's 26 species to catch. 5 of them are fish that you would need to have gear that's like 25 pounds or greater. One of those being the lake trout, which is in the 40s range. But there's 5 of them that you're legitimately like, well, I need to level up to get the gear to catch them. But almost, I would say at least 17, maybe 18 species, you can catch the diamonds. You can target them and hunt them and whatever you want to call it. You can go after them by the time you finish the academy. Because at level 15, maybe even level 18, is when you get access to the rod and reel that's strong enough for 13-pound line. Which doesn't sound like a lot, but in this game, for this map, 13 pounds is more than enough to catch 10 to 15 different diamonds on the map. And the game doesn't tell you that. So you need to... you can waste all your money and time, but I would say if you want a power level, if you want to get in that position, no worries, do your thing, right? Of course. But just know that it does not take very long in the game to get absolutely OP. It does not take a lot of effort to do that. And so, yeah, that's my other tip for new players is you can get OP as soon as I think you get to about level 18. Then you can get the rod and reel and a line, and away you go. And then as you earn money, you can get a second setup for the same thing and go after the same lower species of diamond. Yeah, this is not biting. Okay. Don't go away. What else? If there's anything on top of your mind you're curious about, please let me know and I will be glad to answer questions. I do know that the broken challenges are going to be resolved soon. They're already working on them. I did see that on their website. So this is also the fast way to getting XP is by having an Apex account. Even if you don't play online with multiplayer, get it set up anyways because it'll give you access to challenges, which you'll be able to select dailies and weeklies. And when you complete them, you get the XP bonuses on top of the XP you normally would get for catching those fish. So that's another great way of getting some early game levels. And then also a huge benefit of being in an online server is right there. You can see the fish catch feed. Now I've got mine. I have not talked about settings at all in this stream. Where is it? Here it is. I've got most of the like players joining and leaving. I turn that off. I turn the quick chat off. Sometimes I'll leave it on if I'm being interactive with the people on the server. I set the duration to 8, so it's there for a little while, and small so I can see more of them. But I want to have the fish caught messages because if someone were to catch something great, like a diamond or a trout, or there we go, 7 caught a walleye, but imagine that was not a silver but a diamond, and I want to know where that diamond is. All I got to do is find silver on the map and mark it. And you don't get access to, believe it or not, you don't get access to finding these locations out because you're not playing online. So let's find silver. Let's imagine is this silver? No. Or 7, sorry, his name was 7. Let's imagine that from this position that walleye was a diamond. Well, I'd put a marker, probably this one for diamond, and call it a walleye. And whenever I'm ready to go after them, I have a location to try. That's another huge reason to set up an Apex account and play online, even if you have no intention on ever playing with people. That is a huge benefit because again, if you're brand new, look at this map. Every piece of water or any body of water that you see on this map has fish in it that you can catch, and most of them are diamond potentials. I mean, you can only see the diamonds I've marked that I've caught so far, or that I've seen people catch, but a lot this spot up here and some of the stuff around here, a lot of this is limited to the exposure that people get from like YouTube videos because they're looking at the hot spots that are found for the most part, not all of them, but for the most part are looking at hotspots that are found on the help sheets that are provided by the developers. But if you explore around, you'll find that there are so many more spots to find diamonds because they're not limited to an exact location. It's more of a depth of water, and if it's if it's labeled appropriately as like shores and deep ponds and whatever it is that you're looking for. Like I'm catching brooks right here, but I could totally fish this entire line over here. But most content you'll see is cutthroats there, brooks over here. But all of this, I definitely have caught golds and diamonds over here as well, and that's because it's more of a depth thing, and as well as time of day. So explore and find that fishing is another tip that I would give people. Even though we've been sitting at the spot for a long time, I'm about to move just to get a change of scenery. But nope, I'm surprised we haven't even lucked ourselves into a gold yet, because that's something that does happen. Let's try something we haven't tried at all today. Let's try fishing from a boat. Let's go into some deeper water and fish attacking the shoreline, which we have not done at all today. We've been fishing, trying to be optimal with the rods in the water. But now we're going to fish the center of a channel and see how this works. So we are in the same depth of water as we were before when we moved to the peaks over here and off the shoreline right here. Not sure why I marked that. I meant to mark this. All this water counts as brook water. But what I want to do is I want to fish this spot right here where it's in between the two layers of temperature to maximize opportunities for spawns. So we're going to try that this time. And the only challenge that I'm about to encounter is that let me turn this way actually, is that there isn't a lure that's truly unique to brook other than this swim bait, but it's kind of been hit and miss. Even in size 6, it's been kind of hit and miss. Oh, I didn't throw down a bait ball. Let's do that first. That should be about 40 feet. Yeah, 50, 40 feet. Okay. That's around 80, 83. Just to mix it up a little bit, we'll try something new. But all of this area here is also a good spot for brook. Even down here where it really gets shallow. If I was like super early in the morning, I would probably start here and work here around. It got by the time it got to about 6. And yeah, I've definitely have caught. You know what though? I don't think it was a diamond brook. It might have been a diamond cutty I caught here. Let me know if you've got any other thoughts or questions you want to run by me. Happy to do that for you. Come on, fishy. Oh, give me 1 second. Sorry about that. I've got someone at the door, or will be at the door soon. Oh, what other tips? I talked about that. Talked about that. Yeah, the official Discord is pretty much dead. However, the resource hub channel in the official Discord of this game, which is found in the main menu, go to the main menu, there's a link to their Discord. That does have access to all the help sheets. So open them up, bookmark them in your browser, and save them because they are the exact same files that everyone is using. They've been using them for years. Devs created them, provided them to anyone who was on the server, including it's the same material that most content creators are using as well. So why not have more information at your exposure? And then once you get those links and you've got them bookmarked, then yeah, you don't need to stay in that server anymore. You can leave it because you're not going to get any news and updates from them. I should have moved it under the ball. So we didn't get anything on this one. I'm not using a 5. A 6 is the thing. I could go. Let's try crank again. I didn't use this for much when I tried using it first, but I know that according to the chart, spinnerbait, crankbait, swimbait are lures that you can use for brook trout that rainbow trout and cutthroats won't touch. Question is can you get a freaking bite? Try again. There we go. Man, it was like the perfect time when I took a bite out of my food. There we go. I should also mention if you're playing the game right now, you can try to add me on Apex, and you can join in on the server as well. I don't know why that was a thought that never occurred to me till just now. But if you are playing the game, I will put the the apex in the chat here. As soon as I bring in this cast and I refresh the ball. Oops, that's not what I wanted to do. We'll just rotate around the boat. All right. So that is going to be, you want to look for Hold My Brew, hashtag 2092. I'll put it here, in here. There we go. Then that will add me, then you will be able to be added to the Apex, which is of course cross-platform. Don't send me any invites. Do not send me any invites on PSN because I don't answer those. But for this one, what that does is when I accept the Apex, I can't connect friend request. Then that allows you to teleport in into whatever server I'm in, assuming there's space, of course. But I will periodically check to see if there's anything there. Hold My Brew, by the way, shameless plug, but I'm going to mention it. It's the network of channels I'm creating. I've got the racing channel up at the moment, just barely getting that off the ground. I've got a gaming channel coming up soon in the next couple of months, maybe less than that, depending on some variables here. Then we'll see where that develops over time. Only got the one bite on the good old crankbait. And I think that's mainly because of the spot we're in having more rainbow trout than and cutthroat than brook trout. So I want to go over back to the lily pads after. Oh, I spoke too soon. Spoke too soon. There we go. That's a good one. Oh, we did finish that bait ball. Got text on the maze. All right, let's go try into the spot. I forgot I was on the 5-pound line, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to target my cast toward the shoreline. So if we do get a diamond that wants to run away, it's got nowhere to go. It has nowhere to go. That's the idea. So we'll try this one. I don't know of any lake trout spots that you can fish from the shoreline, but they bite pretty often. Is that all? Oh wow, I didn't think that was gonna. I thought for sure that was gonna hit land. It didn't. We're good. Do 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 do. No, I didn't want to hit that button, but I did. Alright, let's see what's going on here. Oh. Come on. Hoping for a fish. And you can see already why it's not ideal to be fishing like this from a boat because it's just the one line in. You'd rather have two in, one something, or maybe even three, I should say, just because you're going to get that the eggs watching in from the shoreline. Hey, go lay down. Hold on, I've got a alert at the front door. Let me just make sure it's who I think it is. I believe it is. Oh, no, no, slower. Oh, it looks like it's gone. Oh, here we go. We got a bite. Come on, fishy. Another silver. Whew. I think I want to try my luck with the spoon again. It's gonna be kind of sketchy on this 5 point or this 5 pound line, but it should be exciting, and I think that's what I'm looking for at the moment. A little change of pace. Oh, we got something. Oh, I struck too late. I was trying to put something in my trash here. Always bites when you're not expecting it. Maybe it'll come back. Immediately getting a brook, that's a good sign. That's a good sign. Another one, let's go. Alright. As long as we're not getting bites from everything else, this is good. Oh yeah, that's a big one. What is this? Cutthroat? That's what I'm going to say. Looks like one. Actually, it looks like a small silver. Decent sized silver, actually. I'll take it. What's making all that noise over here? Must be up against something. Alright, let's keep going. I've had pretty good success with diamonds in this spot, though. Anybody currently fishing and playing the game at the moment? Again, questions are always welcome during a session like this. Oh, I thought I had a bite, but I didn't. Sometimes I get like these phantom vibrations in the game where it's like, I got a bite, but I don't have anything on her. You ever get that? I get that. Not that time. There's the rainbow. Stay away, Mr. Rainbow. I don't want any more of you. I do wish the challenges were fixed because, you know what? I wonder if I can get someone to come over here. Let's try this. Let's see if we can just get someone to show up, first of all. And we'll do... There it is, Brook Challenge. Couldn't find it. If you're playing the game, feel free to join. And we can go after some brooks together. And this game is just full of the vibes, honestly. Love it so much. Double check the chat here for that. Nothing new there, it's fine. Oh, that's a big one. That one was like instant tension. It's a monster! It's like a silver. Yeah. Hey, I got 1% though. That's pretty big for it's pretty big for the 5-pounder. 5-pound line, that's right. There we go, here we go. We'll give this a little bit longer and then we'll switch back to the shoreline fishing again. I mean, that's kind of how these games go. You can't really rush it. You just kind of get a few systems that work and you just push them to the limits, and we're back at 7 a.m. in game and go from there. Oh, decent tension. But it's unfortunate that the other lures are just not bringing in the all the brooks. We're getting a lot of cutthroats. Oh man, I got someone at the front door. Let me make sure that they're ready to go. Ah. Oh yeah, they're going. Perfect. Haha. I might only be streaming for about another half an hour or so because I've got some kids coming over because they're getting out of school. And I got to facilitate homework and make some dinner. Any of y'all are parents, y'all know what that's like. It's pretty fun. Moving. Oh, let's go, let's go. Okay. Whoa, 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 whoa. Take it easy. Take it easy. It's cutthroat. Have earned the name through their behavior. Like I said before, if you're playing the game, feel free to add me on Apex. Not on the PSN, but on Apex. I put the handle inside the chat. You have to include the hashtag or it won't work. And if you're playing, you can just jump into the server that I'm in, and we can start targeting these brooks at the same time. Come on. What the hell is it? Nah, it's not my brook, that's for sure. Whoa, whoa! Crazy fish? No, it's a rainbow. Oh my goodness. Get over here, fish. Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh. It's putting up one heck of a little fight, isn't it? Get in my boat. Oh, it was a gold rainbow. Okay, well, that you deserve that fight, I guess. It was almost 10,000 score because of the 5 pound line. Oh my gosh, I gotta switch controllers again. I'm telling you, my controllers are so bad. I've had them since launch, and I get like an hour out of these things nowadays. Not even actually. I haven't been streaming that long. How long have I been streaming? I don't even know. At least 2 hours. Oh, you know what? I can tell by the little button here. Hold on, let's see. Yeah, almost 3 hours. Okay. Yeah, I got like barely an hour out of these controllers now. Come on, come on, come on. Yeah, again, feel free to drop any questions, anything you want interested in to know about, more about, or to any theories to test and try. I'm always trying to be as interactive as I can be. If you want to add me on Apex, I got the handle in the chat. You can do that. And if you want can join the server, you can. Just don't send me any invites through the PSN. I just won't accept those. But Apex will work fine. Make sure you include the hashtag with a number behind it. Again, that's in the chat. And maybe you can show me up on these this brook venture. I scared my dog when I was like trying to move around and reposition myself for that controller because they're like, "Oh, it's time to go now." No, it's not time to go now. But I only have about maybe another half an hour left before I've got some kids coming home from school and I've got to facilitate homework and make dinner. Well, not make dinner, but I will eventually need to make dinner in about an hour or so. Shoot, let me put that ball back. Actually, for this, let's move over here. Let's try a new spot. There must be like not a lot of new players because there's so many people right here. I'm wondering if there's just a lot of new players. I actually want to go check. After this bait ball, we're gonna go back, hit up the store and restock. And see what's going on with those people. I'm guessing it's many new players, which is great to see. By the way, hopefully they keep sticking it out and playing the game. I didn't see anyone join the comp, although I was, to be honest with you, I wasn't paying attention. Uh oh.